It's time for some Talkin' Habs news for January 22nd. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talkin' Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. So this is a news video, and I've got a bunch of different stories. I think I got 10 items here, ranging from birthdays and news with our new GM and some sad news. There was a death in hockey last night. So let's get right into the news without delay. So the first item is a bit of bad news as well, and that is the results from the MRI for our goalie, Jake Allen. So Allen had an MRI, I guess it was last week at some point. He came back for his first game after all the COVID stuff, and he was injured pretty quickly after giving up 2 quick goals to the Bruins. And it's a lower body injury. We can only guess probably a groin or something like that. Anyway, so the results are from his MRI is that he'll be out for 8 weeks with a lower body injury. So it puts him to jeopardy, I guess, if they were planning on possibly moving Jake Allen by the trade deadline, because he'll be coming back right around that. The trade deadline is March 21st. So you're looking at, if you start from February 1st, that's 7 weeks. February 1st, that gives it 7 weeks. We're only a little over a week away. So he should be back a little bit before. And if they're planning to trade him, that might get a few games in and stuff like that. So it could put that in jeopardy. So that leaves Sam Montembeault for our #1 goalie right now. Montembeault, very impressive in his last 2 starts, where he faced like 107 shots. He gave up, I'm not sure off the top of my head how many goals, but it was really quite impressive. Ended up with a win against the Stars and an overtime loss to the Vegas Golden Knights. So pretty impressive for the guy. It's a great opportunity for a young kid like this to get basically the next month and a half of being the #1 goalie here, seeing what he can do. I like his chances. I don't know that he'll be as good as Allen, or, I mean, obviously not Carey Price, but I think there's some promise in this kid. So we're going to find out what Sam Montembeault has. I think he's been getting better since the start of the season, and we'll see if that continues to happen. If this kid's going to face 50 shots a night, I got to tell you what, it's good for his career, because he's going to develop that much faster facing so much rubber. So, so far so good, and Montembeault will be our #1 goalie. I'm just wondering now if maybe there'll be a trade involving a goalie coming this way to split time with Montembeault. We'll see. I don't know who's out there and who's available, but you got to kind of figure there's a chance. So, yeah, so poor Jake Allen. Here was the announcement. Jake Allen out 8 weeks, lower body injury, per the Canadiens. So, all right, let's get to some birthdays. We got some Canadiens birthdays, and the first one is, we'll go with the older guy first, and that is Serge Savard, our former captain, our former GM. Serge Savard, 76 years old today. He's an 8-time Stanley Cup winner. He was in the 100 greatest players. I think that was the Hockey News' 100 greatest players ever. That's from, I think, the 90s. He is in the Hockey Hall of Fame. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy, the Bill Masterton Trophy. He's the former GM, as I said, a former senior VP of hockey ops here for the Habs, and former great Habs captain, Serge Savard, 76 years old today. Happy birthday, Serge. Happy birthday. And you know what? Many more. 76 today is not that old anymore. So, yeah, just a great player, great defenseman, steady. They call him the Senator. And, yeah, just a great guy. Those were the days when we had players like that. Next birthday is our new GM. Our new GM, Kent Hughes, turns 52, and he turned that because it was yesterday. So he turned 52 yesterday. That's on the 21st of January. I am on the 14th of February. Yes, laugh, it's a Valentine's Day birthday. But that makes us both Aquarians. So we're both Aquarians. We have stuff in common. Now they're going to hire me. I'm an Aquarian like him. No, it's not going to happen. But happy birthday to our new GM. Happy birthday, Kent Hughes. And yeah, that's birthdays. Next up, speaking of Kent Hughes. So Kent Hughes was interviewed on the Mitch Melnick show yesterday, I believe. So I was listening to that today, and so it's a couple of interesting things from that. Is that he's already been receiving calls from teams to talk trade. So he's only in the job a few days, and he said Jeff Gorton has been dealing with that for a while now. So Jeff Gorton was already talking trade with other teams before he even got hired, and he's already in talks with teams. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen straight away, but considering maybe Montreal's in the market soon for a goalie, although you know what, considering what you want to get that big draft pick, this is a great opportunity for Montembeault. I don't know that they'll go out and deal for a goalie, but they might. So you might have that, and plus we know there's guys that are going to get moved from here. So they're already talking trade, and we'll see if anything comes up with that. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell, and hey, give a thumbs up. He also said something interesting in that, by the way, just wanted to show this. That's Gorton and Hughes at the news conference or press conference. Now, a lot of people were saying he's taking Cole Caulfield's number, but he's not, because you can see the apostrophe there. That's for Kent Hughes, the 18th general manager in 2022. So it stands for 2022. Awesome. Next up, this is what he said. There's no team captain. He was asked about that, and he says that definitely the team needs a leader. They will be naming a captain next season, not this season. So I'm going to be surprised if they actually do name a captain before the end of the season. But he said by the start of next season, this team will have a captain. Who it'll be, he gave a zero hint on that. Whatever. So whoever you think, let me know in the comments who you think will be the captain. I'm leaning towards Nick Suzuki. I think it'll either be Nick Suzuki right away, or they're going to name somebody that maybe like a Tyler Toffoli, who's only here for 2 more seasons and whatever. But I think it's going to be Nick Suzuki starting next season. If it were this season, they were going to name a captain, maybe not. But I think since he said it's next season, I think it's going to be Suzuki. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Next story up is, speaking of our goalie Monty, who we call him Monty for short for Montembeault, apparently has a new nickname from the team. The team gave him this new nickname. So it's Dikembe. So if you're an NBA person, if you like NBA and you know who he's a former NBA great, Dikembe Mutombo. I think Mutombo. I'm not sure how that last name's pronounced. So apparently he was a great shot blocker. And with all the saves he's made in the last 2 games, they've nicknamed him Dikembe. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. So we'll have to see if they start calling him that on the game broadcast or not. But for me, it's Monty. It's just a natural nickname for him, Montembeault. Such a long last name. It shortens it up perfectly, and it's right there in the name. So we'll see if Dikembe actually sticks or not. Next is not a hockey story, but I'm a little pissed off at it, and it's a baseball story. So we all, maybe we don't all know, it's been in the news that the Tampa Bay Rays have been thinking of, splitting games here with Montreal starting in, it turns out, in 2028. So this has been like the last 2.5 years, they've been working at getting the Expos back here and getting that on track. And then this came up and we're all excited about it and all that. And I should put that up already. So it's bad news because it's been killed. That it's not happening. The Major League Baseball killed that idea flat out. It's not happening. They're not going to allow it. And so I have this titled as "The Blue Jays Can F Off." The Blue Jays proving they couldn't compete with any other Canadian-based franchise. That's from Blaine Potvin. He writes for the Hockey Writers. Great. I really like, I'm not going to say great writer, but he's a really good hockey writer. Great writer. And he's a nice guy on Twitter. We follow each other. So you should check out Blaine, the Hockey Writers. So Jack Todd, who I don't have such high praise for, but I think he's putting this out. One of the nastier aspects of the Major League Baseball decision to pull the plug on the Expos split team proposal is the suggestion that the Blue Jays want compensation if the Expos come back. The Jays helped kill the Expos in the first place, and now they want to be paid if they return. So that's probably it's a big part of why the Expos is not working out, I imagine. And yeah, you know what? The Blue Jays can go F themselves. Never liked the Blue Jays anyway. And just because they're the only team in Canada in baseball doesn't do anything for me. And now even more so. So any of you out there that kind of like them, maybe that changes your mind. I don't know, but they can go F themselves. We want you to become a member of Talking Habs. On a lighter note, one of the people that you'll see in the chat on the live streams, his name is James Shaw. He's a writer. And so he's got a book out, 2 books, actually, a series, and he's almost, I think he said he's finishing up the 3rd. I thought I'd put it out there for him because, he's a subscriber here. So it's called The Kirk. It's book 1. Well, there's 2 books. So it's the Secrets of the Dam series. I think I'm not sure the genre, but it's sci-fi fiction, I'm sure. But it's young adult, I think is what it is. But anyway, you might be interested. Please check it out. Jim Shaw, I'm going to try to check that out somewhere. It's available on Amazon. And I don't have the link ready to put in here, but I'll have it for, we'll get it in one of the live streams. So please check it out. Jim Shaw, he's a regular in the chats. So there you go. Moving on. Next up is Sid the Kid. Sidney Crosby passed Guy Lafleur, my all-time favorite Guy Lafleur, on the NHL's all-time scoring list, moving into a 27th place tie with Brendan Shanahan. Sid the Kid, 1,356 points. 1,356 points in 1,067 games played. Now, you got to think about that for a sec. How many games did he miss with the concussion issues and all that? Imagine if he didn't miss that time, what his points total would be. Is anybody wondering, is Sid the Kid a generational player? Yeah. So he has 496 goals. He's 4 away from 500. That's going to happen anytime soon right now. And is that 800? I can't even read my own writing. 850 assists. I can't read my own writing for 1,356 points. Just an awesome career. Sid the Kid, even though he's not a Hab, gotta love Sid the Kid. All right, so that puts us at a very sad note in hockey. He wasn't a Hab, and quite frankly, wasn't my favorite player when I was a kid, but you had to respect his talent. You had to respect what he did out on the ice, and that is, we lost a great, and he was great. Clark Gillies passed away last night. I don't know what from. He was 67 years old, which is young today. I mean, that's really young. This is what he looked like in his heyday. Clark Gillies, when he looked like that, I did not like this guy because he scored so many big goals against Montreal. So much fisticuffs, if that's the way you want to. Like, he was a great player. He was a 4th overall pick by the New York Islanders in 1974. He scored 304 goals, 359 assists for 663 points in 872 games. In 159 playoff games, he had 47 goals and 46 assists for 93 points. He's a 4-time Stanley Cup winner, all of them in a row. And he played 14 seasons with the New York Islanders, where he won all those cups. And I forgot about the Buffalo Sabres. I should have put a picture up here with him in the Buffalo Sabres. But Clark Gillies, who was a great power forward, a tough guy, not an easy guy to fight, and just scored so many big goals I found against Montreal when I like the worst time. So Clark Gillies, rest in peace. Yeah, a Hockey Hall of Famer, captain of the New York Islanders, and just a big loss to the New York Islanders and to hockey itself. And my condolences to Clark Gillies' family and all his friends and his teammates. Rest in peace, Clark. And on that note, I mean, that pretty much, that's it. So let me know what you think about any of the stories. Leave a comment in the comment section. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you real soon. subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up.